Hi guys, in today's video we are going to be taking a look at 7 pro Peashooter tips to help you get more vanquishes and kick some zombie butt. So Peashooter is a character we have seen from the beginning of the Plants vs Zombies series and has featured in every single game. In Battle for Neighborville, Peashooter is your standard go-to assault class on the plant side and is a character that can be very effective at close, medium and long range, although close to medium range is probably optimum for this character. Some of the tips in this video are related to tactics, others are ability related, and one is to do with a perk. So let's get started. As usual, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you want to show your support and help this channel grow. So tip number 1 is about ability cooldown time. So this is a tip that I will include in all of my character guides. Understanding the cooldown time of all your abilities is vital for strategy and tactical play. For example, if I know Chili Bean will be ready in 5 seconds, I can get ready to go into close quarter combat and know that I have Chili Bean prepared to get me out of a sticky situation. With that being said, let's talk about Peashooter's cooldown times. So on the HUD it actually shows you how much time you have to wait, but I think it's always good to know the total time in your head. Chili Bean has a cooldown of 18 seconds, Peashooter has a cooldown of 20 seconds and Gatling Peak has a cooldown of 30 seconds. Continuing the theme of abilities, this next tip is about the Gatling ability. So I shared this tip in a previous video that I made which looked at 4 hidden character abilities, but it is definitely worth mentioning again. If you want to check that video out, click the link in the top right hand corner. Anyway, as we know, Gatling Peak can do a lot of damage very quickly and is great for defensive play. However, this can also be used offensively too. The Gatling Peak ability actually can be activated mid-air and you can catch enemies completely off guard whilst you hit them with tons of damage. You can't actually shoot whilst mid-air, it just means you can land immediately in Gatling mode. Combining this with the Peashooter ability gives you maximum elevation, so you are even more likely to catch zombies off guard. So tip number 3 was actually pointed out by one of my subscribers, so a shout out to the Purple Fin, and this one is about the Chili Bean Bomb ability. This ability does an insane amount of damage and is great for taking down the zombies that have a lot of health. But often you'll use this ability and the enemies will move out of the radius. However, a sneaky little fact about the Chili Bean Bomb is that it can be moved by the player. So if you miss, you can quickly head over to it and shove it back in the direction of your enemies, then pop! Down they go. However, one thing to note is that the Chili Bean can't be moved very quickly, but if you use it in conjunction with Peashooter to increase your speed, you can move it faster. Also be aware that enemies can move the Chili Bean Bomb too. So now we have talked about the Gatling and the Chili Bean, we can't leave out the Peashooter ability. So this may seem obvious, but remember to use the Peashooter at the start of a game or a round to get the jump on your enemies. As Peashooter can boost its overall speed through an ability, you can get to vantage points before almost every other character and catch zombies off guard when the game has only just begun. By making sure you have a height advantage and effective cover will also increase the success rate of this technique. Moving on to tip 5, and we are now going to discuss a perk that I recommend you have on all of your Peashooter loadouts, and that is Homing P. So Homing P is a perk that gets unlocked when you promote Peashooter to advanced, so this is 10 levels, which doesn't take very long at all to achieve. Basically what this perk does, and it's in the title, it makes your primary P cannon weapon have a lock-on aimbot effect. So what this means is that Peashooter can shoot in the area around an enemy and Homing P does the rest of the work for you. The perk also only costs 2 points, which is crazy considering how powerful it is. For those of you who don't know, there has been a lot of feedback from the community that players who are on the move seem very hard to hit in comparison to previous games. Homing P makes hitting moving targets a hell of a lot easier and makes Peashooter a very powerful character indeed. Tip 6 is about agility. So Peashooter is a fairly agile character, nothing compared to Imp of course, but it is still fairly agile, so you should use this to your advantage. Especially when using the P-Souped ability, make sure you are moving all the time and jump around to confuse your enemies. When you combine this with the homing P perk we just talked about, Peashooter becomes a nightmare to deal with. You can be moving about like crazy but still have the accuracy by using homing P. I tried this tactic quite a lot, and from the majority of my experience it worked very well, but you can be taken down if more than one zombie starts shooting at you, but that happens in most cases if 2 zombies team up on you. So the final tip is mainly aimed for when you are playing with friends. This of course can work when playing with randoms but is less likely. Now this might be me stating the obvious, but teaming up with the sunflower is always a sensible idea, especially if they are just dedicated to healing you. So of course any character can benefit from this, but when you combine Peashooter's Gatling P ability with a sunflower backing you up, you can deal a ton of damage and hopefully get quite a few vanquishes. Another pointer to note about this is to be aware of where you set up Gatling P. Look for unsuspecting angles and corners that give you cover from a few sides. Anyway guys, that's about it for this video. I hope you found these tips useful and you can start using them in game right now. Let me know in the comments what your favourite tip was and if there are any other tips I missed. Other than that guys, remember to subscribe and I shall see you in the next one. Okay, thanks guys, bye.